What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of SOP. I am your host, Enzo the God. All right, just want to give you guys a couple updates, but before I do that, I want to go ahead and tell you guys right now, a little disclaimer. This video is going to be a couple videos merged in one. The only reason why I say that is because this weekend I was supposed to get the cooling pipes for the supercharger, or the ones that came for the supercharger, the ones that go from the motor over it. I'll show you guys again if you guys didn't watch the last video. So once I receive those, then I'm going to go ahead and merge the videos together. As of right now, I just wanted to show you guys what I did as far as for the cooling for the supercharger. So let me go ahead and flip this camera and show you guys that. All right, well, excuse the mess. We've been in the process of cleaning because we have a wall that we're building on our left side. But all right, so as of right now, let me move this out of the way. Okay, so I ended up figuring out the way that the cooling here goes. Now, when I say I figured it out, I just went off of superstition and the way that I feel, a little gut feeling, I guess you can say. All right, so this is a little reservoir, the little ice cooler, the little whatever you guys want to call it. Well, that was a bird that just flew right by me. So this here also holds radiator fluid or water, whatever you want to put in there. Now, this hose back here goes down underneath, which is this outside one. It goes into a little pump that is in there. Let me show you guys from the top. That guy. Then it feeds it through, pushes it into here. Then, obviously, goes through the process, comes out through here, and goes up, which I went ahead and tucked it nicely under there. Goes into here, to a little extra little mini radiator that it has in there. Gives it cold air. Then this right here is the return, which goes underneath all the way around, which is this back one right here, and it goes back, feeds it to the top of that, and then the cycle repeats. So I went ahead and did that part already. I also went ahead and fixed those wires right there. Well, the best that I could. Hopefully that works properly. I don't know what this is for. Maybe it was for an audio system. I have no idea at all whatsoever. So I don't know if I'm going to cut that or leave that for right now until I find a purpose for it, or just get rid of it. Another thing that I noticed is this pump here also has a wire, but it's just sitting there, wasn't connected. The other wire that it has goes down here. It's a ground, it looks like. I'm not 100% sure if I'm supposed to feed this and give this some power. Not sure yet. I'll do my research and try to figure that part out. But as of right now, there isn't really much I can do since I don't have those cooling pipes that I was telling you guys that go there. Obviously with this kit, they were supplied, but I only have one of them and it's all rusted out on the inside, and I didn't want to use that one at all because if I have a freshly built motor and majority of the stuff is practically brand new, at least 80% of it, might as well just go ahead and get that. So the reason why I need those cooling pipes is because they go up and over the supercharger, come through here. They're just a lot taller than the factory ones. The factory ones end like right here, so they're useless pretty much. I mean, I could have cut those and saved me some money and like made my own little thing, but why am I going to do that if I can go ahead and order the right part? Now, granted, those parts are expensive. I think I spent like $550 or something like that just on those pipings and the little kit that it comes with it, seals and all that stuff. So once I get that, I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully give you guys the starting portion of this video, which is what I feel like everyone is waiting for, and I'm even waiting for myself. So right now what I am gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and button up everything that I need to, or that I see needs to be buttoned up. That way I can go ahead and get it completely ready. Like, you know, there's going to be some little piping that goes to that right there. I don't know if I just want to put a filter here and not use the one that goes on this one here, because apparently it goes in there, it feeds some air, but I have no idea. I'm in the process of that. Right now what I am going to do is I am going to put this little shield right here, radiator cover or whatever you guys want to call it. It's going to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up, and yeah, so let's just go ahead and skip into this video. I'm gonna go ahead and put whatever I can into this, so it's gonna be a little scattered. So yeah, let's just hop into that part. All right, guys, now here's some of the updates. I went ahead and put that little piping that I was telling you underneath this piping. It looked pretty ugly. As you guys can see, all these little hose clamps. There's a lot of them under here because there's a little PVC thing that goes here. So it's a fatter hose. It leads to a smaller hose. It goes back to a fatter hose, which I think is the dumbest thing ever. But if that's how I was previously, I'm going to go ahead and do that. What I did find was this little cover on one of my power steering hoses, the extra ones that I had that look like this one. So I went ahead and covered it, and it pretty much cleaned it up a little bit nicer. It's not my greatest work, but it's cleaned up. I went ahead and cleaned up a lot of the other stuff, zip ties and all that other little shenanigans. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I still need to fix this wire here. I'm going to go ahead and do that in a little bit. I'll give you guys a little update on that. And also too, as you guys can see underneath all of this right here, let me go ahead and move all this real quick so I can go ahead and show you guys. All right, so as you guys can see, the radiator cover itself has been put on. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. I went ahead and went to the local parts store and bought these right here. Also went ahead and put the little cover right here. Nothing really too major. Boom. But once it puts the little pony back on, it'll look pretty saucing. I went ahead and finally connected the, I don't know what this one's for. It goes up to there. I'm not 100% sure. I'll figure this out eventually. It looks like somebody Mickey Mouse some stuff, and I'll figure that out because I do know there's a vacuum line that goes inside that's broken. I don't know if it goes to that because there's everything else over there looks pretty solid. So I finally went ahead and connected the power because the battery is in the trunk. So I finally connected the power to the starter, which is probably not the hardest thing in the world because it is a little tight in there, but it was fairly easy-ish. So now that that's done, I went ahead and also, can't really show you much down there, but I fixed the wiring that goes to the transmission. I went ahead and buttoned that up as well. As of right now, I don't know if you guys have actually seen it, but the front bumper I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to be working on it and installing the little hydro dip carbon fiber areas right here. I don't know the exact name, but that's where the fog light goes. Maybe I can call it a fog light housing. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and install those and give you guys some more updates as I go. Like I said, this video is going to be a little scattered. The car is very dirty because the fires and water in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and install these right here. Since these right here are for air ducts right there, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to make use of them later on down the line. But as of right now, I'm going to install those, try to put the fog lights on, get that ready. So when the car is ready to go, I can go ahead and install that. I don't think I introduced this to you guys either. I went ahead and got a little short shifter. I installed that probably like late at night because I was bored one day and I really wanted to get it done. So I went ahead and like peeled the metal up so I can do all the bolts and stuff, because majority of the time you're supposed to do this, I guess you could say, when the transmission is out, because it makes life easier. But this is my third experience with it, so I already knew I had to cut that. Once I get the little rubber boot that goes over this, I can go ahead and push those down, put the clips back on, and the bolt will go on like no problem. So everything will be pretty saucing in there. But I just wanted to show you guys that a little short shifter did a pretty good job. The fluid in the transmission is done. I also went ahead and put motor oil in already. I already have the power steering fluid. I think today I'm also going to go ahead and put some radiator fluid in this reservoir because that's its own little system, so I don't have to stress on the motor part right now. And as you guys can see, I have that there. That's where the motor oil came in, the little gallon, the 5 gallon. I cut it, put it underneath, let it sit there overnight just in case to see if it was leaking, but I haven't checked it yet, so I'll give you guys an update on that. But as of right now, let's just go ahead and continue doing this little clip by clip process. Well, that's Max. Hi, Pop. Oh, also too, just wanted to give you guys an update. Oh yeah, look at how sick that looks. Oh man, I'm not sure if you guys can tell. Oh, there it is. You see that? Bro, hydro dipping, depending on who you guys go to, but man, that looks so sick. You know, I would have got the real carbon fiber ones if they were available, but they only make them for 0304 because that's what people do. So these look pretty sick. Super hyped about it. Paint came out super sick on this right here as well. Man, love that. Love that look. Can't wait to throw this bumper on, man. That's all I'm waiting for because the front just looks hilarious. I gotta touch that up right there. I know no one's gonna see it, but it just bugs the crap out of me. And then right there as well. But overall, man, sheesh, she looks really good. Man. Shout out to my boy Slicker Doodle. My boy killed it. This paint came out super sick. I'm telling you, man, this paint in the sun just looks like something else. I don't know why, but I'm obsessing over the little accents. I know a lot of people don't pay attention to that, but man, I do. And when you see them, man, it just looks super sick. Can't wait to put that on, to put the lip on. Yeah, I do want to put the lights on, obviously, but I'm going to take them to my boy, Slickerdoodle, the paint shop. The reason why is because I want him to clean them up and make them shiny. I was thinking about going yellow, but I don't think it would be a good contrast. So I'll just get the clear ones, get them redone, cleaned up, because as you guys can see, they are a little faded. So I want him to sand it down, put some clear coat on it, and make them look popping. That way I can go ahead and throw them on. But yeah, like I do have these right here, but these are for the Cobra. So yeah, these are for the Cobra ones. See, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then mine only has 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, and these are a lot heavier too, so I'm happy with these. All right guys, just a little update. I took the little 5-gallon container out from underneath. Looks like we're good. We're not leaking any oil, so that's always a plus. I can finally go throw this away and stop worrying about it, and I can finally go to sleep. So now that that's checked, we're gonna go to the local parts store, start filling this up, see if there's any leaks in that system. So let's go ahead and do that. All right guys, as you guys can see, got me a little bit of the radiator fluid. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the reservoir right now so we can go ahead and get this process going to see if we have any leaks. I highly doubt we'll have leaks, but first things first. Wow, that is a lot of gunk right there. I'm about to blow that out right now. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and put the, how's it looking there? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the vacuum in there and try to get out as much as I can to have a clean system. But yeah, this is gross. What is, look at that. I don't know how people do that. But anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and do that already. All right guys, looks pretty solid in there. I think I'm gonna end up putting a little bit more just because it is probably like up to right here. I would like it a little bit, maybe like right here, a little bit higher. So I'm gonna go ahead and put maybe a little bit more. I don't have any more right now. I thought one would have done it, but I'm assuming right now it's going through the system, so we might use half of another bottle. So we'll see how that goes. But now that that's in there, we can go ahead and start setting up for, well, not sure if I already told you guys, but I went ahead and purchased a little battery. Later on I am gonna upgrade to an Optima. Right now I'm just using this to start the car. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start fixing the back of the trunk. I already have a battery box for it as well. I'm gonna go ahead and mock that up, see how I want to set it up. Obviously it's gonna go on this side because that's where all the wires are. Excuse the mess. I'm using it as you know, temporary, but as you guys can see, there's already some wires back there. And then yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right guys, as you guys can see, I have everything all bolted up here, but something is missing here. I don't know what's going on, but this is the thing that I don't like, electrical. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure out what the issue is here and finish that off. All right guys, so like I know this is an awkward transition as of right now, but in the last clip, as you guys seen, I was having an issue with power. So I didn't have any power at all whatsoever. So I was going through the process of elimination. So I was looking at everything that I had already done, going over it and seeing what I missed. So a couple days ago, I ended up taping up a wire that was cut. Now that wire was power. It was power to one of the harnesses that goes to the fuse box. So I ended up taping those separate because I didn't think they were merged together, but they were. So I went to Home Depot and I got myself some little sleeves where I can go ahead and put them together, and voila, I got power. Once that process happened, I was having an issue with starting the actual motor. Okay, try it. I wasn't sure what it was at first. I was, like I said, going through the process of elimination. Along with that, couldn't figure it out. Later on in the day, Johnny 2J ended up showing up, which was perfect timing because he helped me figure out and identify exactly what the issue was. So we were not getting any fuel. I also went ahead and called Zach from Voight's Garage, my buddy, And he was also letting me know that it could be spark, it could be fuel, it could be a lot of things, because he obviously he wasn't here to look at it or really physically be in the presence of it. So he was just giving me the best case scenario of what to look for. And sure enough, it was fuel. We checked the spark, everything was great. So the fuel was the only thing that we didn't hear. So when I say hear, we didn't hear the fuel pump turn on. Obviously that's a red flag. So we were walking around the car. Johnny 2J was like, yo, what is this little black box in the trunk? Obviously that's the little fuel safe. It's one of those when you get in an accident, it pretty much, if someone hits you or whatever, if you crash into anything, it pops a little red switch up that causes automatically cut of fuel. So Johnny noticed that something was supposed to be plugged in there. So one of the harnesses was disconnected when it went to paint. And well, that was the issue. So we connected it, we got power to the fuel pump. Once we got power to the fuel pump, well, you're about to see for yourself. Let's just go to that.
Do you want to say anything?
Come on, baby. Turn it again. Turn it again.
That what? You want to say anything?
And that's all she wrote.